The other thing that comes to mind when there's like this debate or question from people that are looking at solutions to problems, generally speaking, with technology, is there tend to be open source options versus commercial. And of course, cost becomes a thing, right? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, especially as someone who's done this in the past and an expert, like what's actually involved in using open source to build something? Like what costs are actually involved? Is it free? Because it's open source, right?
As mentioned, I started with an open source tool for Spring Boot applications, and I was using my tool on site at customers as I was a consultant.
Hmm.
And it was a lot of preparation needed to really get this tool in place, but also there are components missing. For example, I would like to check a package corruption between two services. I was spending a lot of time, 60, maybe sometimes 80% of my time, to really get this tool up and running, and also get this tool in the situation that this can inject, let's say, package corruption. So yes, you can select an open source tool, but it's not getting started out of the box in a couple of hours. It's really, you need to get it into your organization. You need to put it in your workflow, in your deployment, and find a way how you can really contribute and maintain. And that's very time consuming. Let's say there's one person at least needed to do this at a high level.
Okay, that makes sense. How long would it take to build something on your own? Is this something you're talking about you can build in a couple of weeks, a couple of months? Is it a couple of years? I don't know. What are your high level thoughts on that? If you actually wanted to do chaos engineering at any kind of scale.
Yeah, of course. A simple script you can implement in a couple of hours. This script will shut down a service or virtual machine. But what else is missing? The safety features are missing. How to get the script on the right machine? How to make sure that this script is also able to roll back if something went wrong? You need to implement something which is connected with your internal monitoring observability tool. And also there should be an integration with some, let's say, alerting tools so that you are getting notified if something is out of control. From my experience, it really is a job for 2 to 3 full-time employees that are doing this at least for a year before you are getting anything up and running in a safe and easy way.
So
And
it sounds
then you're
yeah,
still in the situation where this tool, there's not a strong focus on usability. There is not a strong UX, UI component in the tool. That is something where you need experts, and that's why it's not been possible to do that with, let's say, 1 or 2 engineers. You really need a designer, a user experience expert, a product manager that is taking care of how this has been implemented in what tools and what features are needed.
So it sounds like a minimum you're waiting a year to even be able to use something, if not a
Yes,
little bit longer.
yes, correct. And you need
And
to
then
maintain it.
yeah, of course. And then I guess the question is, how much does that cost if you're building it with open source and using personnel versus if you're going to invest in a solution?
So at least you can do the math on, let's say, you're hiring someone from the United States, and typical engineer is around, let's say, so this engineer at this skill level you need is around 200, 250 annual salary. One is not enough. You can do the math on your own.
Yeah, so you're getting into the high six figures, if not
Yes.
seven, just on building a tool, and it's going to take you probably at least a year to be able to have something usable, right?
Yes.